Hidden beneath the Euphrates River for millennia, an extraordinary cave system has emerged during a historic drought, revealing ancient temples, mysterious symbols, and advanced engineering that challenges our understanding of early civilization. Join us as we explore this remarkable discovery. Picture this. It's early 2023, and the Euphrates River is at its lowest level in decades. Local fishermen, their usual fishing spots now dry and barren, notice something unusual protruding from the newly exposed riverbank, what looked like a carefully carved stone archway. At first, they thought it was just another old ruin, but as they approached, they realized this was different. The entrance was adorned with symbols unlike anything they'd seen before, and cool air was flowing from within. Word spread quickly through nearby villages, and soon archaeological teams rushed to the site. What they found left them speechless. A vast network of chambers and corridors, perfectly preserved by the river's waters. The local fishermen's accidental discovery would soon turn out to be one of the most significant archaeological finds of the century. The Euphrates River wasn't just a water source for ancient Mesopotamians. It was the backbone of their entire civilization. Think of it as the ancient world's superhighway and life-giving force rolled into one. These people believed the river was a gift from the gods, and they weren't entirely wrong about its divine-like powers. The Euphrates created fertile soil that turned desert into farmland, moved goods between cities, and protected secrets beneath its waters for thousands of years. Ancient texts tell us that Mesopotamians built elaborate temples along its banks, performed sacred rituals in its waters, and even believed that the river carried messages from their gods. They were so connected to this river that they mapped the stars based on its flow, creating some of humanity's first astronomical charts. What's particularly fascinating is how they engineered sophisticated irrigation systems that would impress even modern architects. The cave walls tell an incredible story through their mysterious markings. Picture walking through these ancient chambers with a flashlight. Everywhere you shine it, you'll find walls covered in elaborate symbols, some familiar from other Mesopotamian sites, but others completely unknown to modern archaeology. There are intricate scenes of what appear to be astronomical events, detailed maps of what might be underground water systems, and representations of beings that don't quite look human. What's really fascinating is how these symbols seem to form a coherent system, almost like an ancient scientific language. Some symbols appear to change slightly as you move deeper into the cave system, suggesting they might be recording changes over time. The real showstopper is a massive circular diagram on the central chamber's ceiling, showing what archaeologists believe could be an advanced understanding of celestial movements that predates known astronomical records by several centuries. Deep within the cave system lies what archaeologists believe was once a grand ceremonial temple, and let me tell you, it's absolutely mind-blowing. The central chamber features a perfectly circular altar, surrounded by 12 stone pillars, each carved with symbols representing different phases of the moon. But here's where it gets really interesting. They found evidence of sophisticated acoustic engineering. When standing in specific spots, your voice creates harmonics that resonate throughout the entire chamber. They've also discovered ritual objects, delicate bronze bowls with astronomical markings, ceremonial daggers with crystal handles, and most intriguingly, a collection of small clay tablets describing what appears to be a complex calendar system. What's particularly fascinating is how these artifacts suggest the temple wasn't just a place of worship, it was also an ancient observatory and scientific center. Now let's talk about the engineering that's making archaeologists scratch their heads in amazement. The cave system shows signs of advanced architectural knowledge that seems way ahead of its time. The main chamber features perfectly smooth walls with precise 90-degree angles, something that would be challenging even with modern tools. But here's what's really fascinating. They've discovered an ancient ventilation system that keeps the air flowing through the entire cave network. Think about that. These ancient builders created a natural air conditioning system. They also found evidence of water management features that could control flooding during high river seasons. The most mind-bending discovery is a series of chambers that amplify sound in specific ways, suggesting they understood acoustic engineering principles we thought weren't discovered until much later. These features challenge everything we thought we knew about ancient technological capabilities. Let's explore the fascinating items that give us a glimpse into the lives of these ancient cave dwellers. The artifacts tell an incredible story of sophistication and ingenuity. Archaeologists have uncovered delicate ceramic vessels with residues suggesting they once held medicinal herbs and aromatic oils. Beautifully preserved textiles show advanced weaving techniques with patterns that match some of the cave's wall symbols. What's particularly exciting are the everyday items: copper tools with ergonomic designs that would look at home in a modern workshop, children's toys including intricate puzzle boxes, and musical instruments that still produce haunting melodies. Personal ornaments like delicately carved bone combs and semi-precious stone jewelry reveal a society that valued both functionality and beauty. But perhaps most intriguing are the writing tablets, some containing what appears to be astronomical calculations, while others record mundane details like grain distributions and trading records. The cave's emergence isn't just an archaeological goldmine, it's also a window into our planet's climate history. The watermarks on the cave walls tell us fascinating stories about how the Euphrates has risen and fallen over thousands of years. We can see distinct lines showing at least 7 major drought periods, similar to what we're experiencing now. What's really interesting is how these ancient people adapted to these changes. They built clever water storage systems and marked flood levels with special symbols, creating what you might call an ancient climate record. Their detailed observations carved into the walls match up surprisingly well with what we know about historical climate patterns. But here's the concerning part. The current water levels are lower than any marked in the cave's history, suggesting we're experiencing something unprecedented in the last few millennia. You know what's fascinating? The local people have been telling stories about a magical underwater temple for generations, and now it looks like those tales weren't just myths after all. For centuries, grandparents in nearby villages shared legends about a sacred cave where ancient priests could speak with water spirits and predict floods. They talked about mysterious lights seen beneath the river's surface and strange echoes heard during quiet nights. Some stories mentioned a hidden library of wisdom, protected by supernatural guardians. What's incredible is how these folkloric elements match up with our archaeological findings: the acoustic chambers, astronomical markers, and water management systems. The cave's actual features seem to explain how these legends started, giving us a remarkable connection between mythology and historical reality. We're now in a desperate race to document and preserve these incredible findings before the Euphrates reclaims its secrets. Archaeological teams are working around the clock, using advanced 3D scanning technology to create detailed digital models of every chamber and artifact. But here's the challenge. The cave's exposure to air for the first time in millennia is causing some deterioration of the ancient artwork. Preservation experts are battling humidity changes, while structural engineers monitor the cave's stability. The team is also racing to carefully remove and catalogue thousands of artifacts, each one requiring special handling and immediate conservation. What's particularly nerve-wracking is that weather patterns suggest water levels could rise again within months, potentially submerging these remarkable discoveries before we've uncovered all their secrets. Despite months of intensive study, this underwater temple still keeps archaeologists up at night with its puzzling mysteries. The biggest head-scratcher? Those bizarre symbols that don't match any known ancient writing system. They're arranged in patterns that suggest they might be mathematical formulas. But for what? Then there's the perfectly circular main chamber with its unexplained acoustic properties. How did ancient builders achieve such precision without modern tools? We're also baffled by several artifacts that seem way ahead of their time, including what appears to be a sophisticated astronomical calculator. Perhaps most intriguing is evidence suggesting the cave was deliberately flooded in a controlled way. But why would anyone intentionally submerge such an important site? These mysteries challenge our understanding of ancient technological capabilities and make us wonder, what else might we be wrong about regarding our ancestors' abilities? Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through ancient history. These discoveries remind us how much we still have to learn about our ancestors. If you enjoyed this exploration, hit that like button, subscribe for more archaeological mysteries, and share with fellow history enthusiasts.